Now on CoastTV News.
Indian River School District going to referendum. What the district says is at stake if it doesn't pass.
A possible parking price hike in Bethany Beach, how much the town is considering charging.
The Milford Public Library seeks support, why it says improvements are critical.
And we have some more, believe it or not, more warming sunshine for the next couple of days in a row.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Transportation to get kids to and from school, just one of the few things Indian River says it needs more money for. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the school district preparing for another referendum.
Tonight, the Indian River School District will host the second of its 3 public meetings about that referendum. The district says their goal is to help the public understand why they say they need voters to authorize a tax increase. Coast TV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us how the district is preparing for tonight and how to see how much it would cost you.
At the Indian River School District building, people are preparing for March 20th's current expense referendum. Superintendent Dr. Jay Owens says his main goal is to help people understand why a tax increase is necessary.
We need to generate additional revenue for retention of staff, recruitment in the future of additional staff, but also a big piece of this is operating cost. Like everyone is seeing, things are increasing and our revenue needs to do the same in order to keep pace.
Owens told Coast TV significant cuts would have to be made if the referendum doesn't receive enough support. Kathy Blackburn, a retired school teacher, says she doesn't have a strong opinion on the referendum, but says she feels strongly about pouring into education.
I just think it's important that children have the opportunity to have quality instruction and they have the materials that they need so that they can be successful in life.
As part of preparation for their second meeting Wednesday night, the district has added a calculator to help figure out what you could pay in taxes. Go to irsd.net, click on the referendum quick link, tap in this section, and scroll down to Referendum Increase Calculator. Here, you will add your newly assessed home value and hit Calculate, and it will give you an estimated post-referendum tax range. The meeting will be tonight at 7 p.m. here at the Indian River High School. In Dagsboro, Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
And if you can't make it to tonight's referendum meeting, don't worry. There is another meeting tomorrow. That's at Sussex Central High School. And again, tonight, that meeting 7 at Indian River.
Parking in Bethany Beach may cost you more this summer. The town is looking at a big increase, as much as 33%. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay is live in Bethany Beach. Kevin, Bethany Beach isn't alone at all in this. A lot of coastal towns have increased their parking fees.
Charlie, if you paid for parking last summer in Bethany Beach, it would have been $3 an hour. But now the town's looking to up that to be $4 an hour. This comes after Rehoboth Beach upped their prices for parking to be $4 an hour. And also for Ocean City, they're looking to up their parking to be $4.50. Bethany Beach believes they have to increase their parking to stay competitive in the job market, but one local thinks this will just steer people away from the coastal town.
Why should you pay for parking to go spend $200 when you can go somewhere else and do the same thing and don't pay $0?
Now, we talked to a couple businesses right here in Bethany Beach, and although they didn't want to make a comment on this, their reaction about hearing this news was not a good one. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Bethany Beach, Coast TV News.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, is $4 parking per hour, is that too much?
Let's take a look at the results so far. I've been curious about this one. 70% say yes, always, though good for summer, no too much, depends on location, is 10% for each of those. And I think it really depends. A lot of people, our viewers, have moved here from areas like DC and Philly, and
depends
maybe
on what you're used to.
Right.
It depends on what you're expecting. You can go vote on your own if you would like to at coasttv.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.
The Milford Public Library is petitioning the City Council tonight for help, saying they need renovations for the first time in 20 years. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken live there in Milford. Emma, the library tells you they're a connection place for the community.
Maddie, the Milford Public Library tells me not only is tonight's meeting about those renovations, but they also hope the city starts to view them as part of the social infrastructure to Milford and not just as a community center. One interesting thing on the presentation tonight, the poverty level in Milford is outpacing the rest of the state and the nation in general. At the same time, the city's reading proficiency levels are lower than both as well. That's according to the 2020 U.S. Census. Milford Public Library Director Leah Rozelle says they have resources to try and help that, and they work to enhance what's being taught in schools, but they need the city's continued support.
We're sort of at a critical juncture. You know, because our services are free, we can't raise prices because of inflation. And so our choice is to decrease service. And that's the last thing I want to do.
The library says they're always looking for ways to make a difference in the community, whether through reading and education or through cultural and entertainment programs. Live in Milford, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
And we're taking a live look into Milford. Let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, what's the weather telling you?
Well, it's still going to be a very clear and beautiful looking day, just a skosh cooler. I'm being sarcastic, about 10 degrees cooler, but still, it's a nice day regardless. I mean, we're looking at it staying very clear courtesy of our Hershey's exterior camera. We're at 46 instead of the 50s we had yesterday, and we dropped down to 45 with mostly clear skies. Now, here's a look at the temperatures right now. 51 Georgetown, 59 in Cambridge, 53 degrees, for example, in Salisbury. And here's the tail of the tape. Believe it or not, look, my poor anchors, both of their eyes just bugged right out. We're 17 degrees cooler now than we were just 24 hours ago. So we've had a significant drop in how the comfort level is at the present time, but we're still riding into the 50s right now, which means we were sort of kind of spoiled a little bit for the last couple of days. And I'm here for being spoiled, to be honest, but 58 degrees right now in Seaford, 55 in Redden, 50 degrees in Milton, and we're in the 40s right now along the coastal region. The wind's also coming off of the water, making it a little bit on the cool side. But listen, Charlie, temperatures are going to go up, but so will our chances of rain.
You know, I looked up and saw negative 17 and got a little concerned there, but good to see what was actually going on. It is a story you saw first on Coast TV News at 11. A coalition of housing advocates in Delaware are asking state legislators to dedicate 1% of Delaware's budget to affordable housing. Coalition leaders say that translates to roughly $60 to $70 million a year, and that money would be put towards building more affordable housing units. Leaders with the Housing Alliance of Delaware say that the state is short more than 20,000 affordable housing units and that some families are paying the price.
Folks are paying way more than they should be paying for their housing costs, which means that people's ability to afford the other necessities of life, like healthcare, food, medicine, resources for their children, transportation, is greatly diminished.
Officials from that housing coalition say they are planning a letter campaign to send to Delaware legislators.
To Maryland now, a new poll shows Governor Wes Moore's approval rating is going down. The poll of 800 Marylanders gave the governor a 55% approval rating. That's down from a 61% rating in a similar poll just in January. The polls also found that only 41% of Marylanders feel like their state is heading in the right direction.
New tonight, Europe is responding to President Trump's sweeping 25% steel and aluminum tariffs. The European Union responded to the tariff with countermeasures on up to $28 billion worth of American exports. On the list, boats, bourbon, motorcycles. The tariffs will begin in April. EU leaders call the tariffs by America unjustified and say the countermeasures will be swift and proportionate. And new today, Maryland Senator Angela Also-Brooks has introduced her first bill relating directly to Trump's tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. The Tariff Transparency Act would require the United States International Trade Commission to conduct an investigation on the impact of these tariffs. The bill also proposes an investigation on the threat of tariffs as well.
For the first time in 4 months, inflation in the U.S. cooled off. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index was 2.8% for the year-long period that ended in January. That's down from 3%, but ask a lot of people, and they say that's not enough.
We're talking about a 2.8% increase in prices. So that's significant, and it's significantly away from where the Federal Reserve would like to be, which is closer to a 2% inflation target.
Now, economists say lower gas and grocery prices were major factors that helped bring down inflation.
Staying in Washington, hundreds of employees at the Department of Education will be out of a job. Michael Yoshida breaks down the latest federal cuts.
The U.S. Department of Education cutting nearly 50% of its workforce. The layoffs, which started Tuesday evening, combined with those who already took voluntary so-called buyouts, will cut the department's headcount to nearly 2,200 employees. Education Secretary Linda McMahon saying this on Fox News when asked about the cuts.
Because that was the president's mandate, this directive to me, clearly is to shut down the Department of Education.
The move drawing swift criticism from Democrats.
That's bad news for any American who cares about education for disabled children, about higher education, about a skilled workforce.
Fully eliminating the department would require Congress to act.
Oftentimes what's concocted in Washington, D.C. when it goes out to Montana doesn't exactly fit. So in a lot of cases, the states are better for administering the programs.
The Department of Education was created in 1979 to strengthen the federal commitment to ensuring access to equal education opportunities for every individual. The department has been responsible for things such as federal civil rights enforcement, student loans, and oversight of student disability rights. Senior officials say job cuts will not impact federal student aid, quote, in any way, shape, or form. Still, experts question whether the agency's duties can effectively be carried out with a diminished or even eliminated department.
They're not just federal budget line items. These impact real humans here.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida reporting.
Coming up, over $1 billion in tax refunds are unclaimed with the IRS deadline to get your cash.
And we have more warmth ahead of us for this weekend, but just in case you were wondering, the ISS is visible tonight. Visibility starts at 7:50, will end at about 7:56 with a max height of 37 degrees. So if you're out watching, watch for this.
Thank you, but first, all that is left of one Wicomico County home after a fire, what we know so far. That's up next.
Shingles missing from your roof? Call Morse Roofing and Siding.
$3,000 off MSRP? That's nothing at IG Burton Lewis Auto Mall. Pick your favorite new Chevrolet and pay $3,000 under invoice. That's not a deal, that's a steal. Together, let's drive a Silverado, Equinox, Encore, and more at $3,000 under invoice.
You simply won't find a better deal anywhere else. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
Accidents happen when you least expect them. Big or small, when accidents strike, things can get a little complicated. This is where the law office of Trapp Nickel steps in. Our experienced team fights for your rights, turning tough situations into significant compensation. If you've suffered an injury, claim the justice you're entitled to. The law office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Winter may be packing its bags, but it left a chill behind. Don't let a cold snap catch you off guard. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating system tune-up. We'll keep your system running smoothly so you're warm and snug until spring finally makes up its mind. Act now and get our no breakdown guarantee. With over 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Shingles missing from your roof? Call Morse Roofing and Siding.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
One Wicomico County community reeling after a massive overnight house fire. You can see the damage here. This is all that is left of the home on River Street in Whitehaven.
It's just a couple of doors down from the Whitehaven Hotel and just a few feet from the entrance to the Whitehaven Ferry. According to the Maryland State Fire Marshal, no one was inside the home during the fire. Good news, though, nobody was hurt.
Neighbors say the home, which was being remodeled, is a tragic loss to the community.
It's a shame, and I guess it's what we call Murphy's Law. Anything can go wrong at the wrong time, because it was quite far along. And as I said previously, almost a labor of love.
According to the Maryland State Fire Marshal, the hardwood floors inside the home were being refinished using linseed oil. And listen to this, those oils can spontaneously combust.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. We're looking for 52 on Thursday and Friday, a bit cloudy both of those days, but then we jump to 70 degrees on Saturday, and Sunday has a bit of a quirky twist to it as well. Your full forecast coming up.
Save floor $100 on new floors now at Carpet and Tile Mart. Mohawk had a rhino live on Smart Strand carpet for 2 weeks. With eco-friendly soap and water, the carpet cleaned up good as new, making wild look mild.
For nearly 25 years, Spicer Brothers has been more than a business. We've been a beacon of hope for families across Delmarva.
We believe in more than just roofs and bathrooms. We believe in lifting up neighbors, giving back to the community, and honoring those who served our country.
Every nail we hammer and every bath we install is a promise to build stronger homes and brighter futures.
This is who we are, proud, patriotic,
devoted to community and building legacies.
Spicer Brothers, built with pride because you deserve the best.
It's Delmarva's best-kept secret, Johnny Janosic's Outlet and Clearance Center. Save up to 80% on name-brand furniture and mattresses. Shop one-of-a-kinds, customer cancellations, scratch and dents, discontinued items, and more. Find incredible deals store-wide. We have something for everyone and something for every room in your home. Shop early and often. New products arrive daily. And buy it today, get it today. Discover the secret. Shop Johnny Janosic's Outlet and Clearance Center in Laurel and Dover.
Save floor $100 on new floors now at Carpet and Tile Mart. Get soft, durable, easy to clean Smart Strand carpet at $400 off. See store for details. Visit a Carpet and Tile Mart Supercenter or carpetmart.com today.
Hey, I'd like to tell you a secret that most roofing contractors wouldn't want you to know. Did you know that some contractors buy their credentials and pass the cost on to you? Not only that, but your prorated warranties are paid for by you, the customer, up front. At Callaway, we don't pay for our status, so you get the same quality roof at a lower price. When you need a new roof, make sure you get a quote from Callaway Corporations and see why Callaway is the easy choice. Call now for your free estimate.
Callaway Corporations, installing roofs in Delmarva for over 20 years.
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
We're going to have a couple of cloudy days on the horizon, but fear not, my friend. We shall recover nicely by the weekend into the 70s. Oh, yeah. This is when folks start, being real nice to the weather guy, and I'm glad for that, okay? Our Cambridge camera holding at 57 degrees, and we're going to drop down to 51 as early as 7 o'clock. Under clear skies, we'll dip down to 46 degrees. We had a high today of 57 in Georgetown, 55 in Ocean City. Those aren't record breakers, but they are above the norm. But where we are right now, wow, like 17 degrees lower. Now, that's not 17 or negative 17 degrees. Let me clarify that in case you're looking at it crazy. But it's 17 degrees cooler now than it was just 24 hours ago. That deals with the difference between the two, not the actual temperature. Here's the look at the actual temperature. 50 in Milton, 56 in Seaford, 51 in Delmar, as well as Georgetown. Now, our storyline for Thursday, Friday, persistent east wind, 50s inland, 40s for the coast. For the weekend, warm, a taste of spring. And a pretty big bite of it, to be quite honest. Sunday going to Monday, we're going to watch out for chance of rain, and we could have a yellow alert day soon, too. So I got to fill you in on that as well. Small craft advisory, watching out for 25-mile-per-hour winds along the coast from the Lewis beach all the way down towards Chincoteague, so it's going to be a bit breezy along the beaches. Stationary boundary is kind of drifting, or quasi-stationary boundary, just to our west. We're looking for temperatures in the 40s overnight with a few scattered clouds, but not cloudy for everybody. A breakdown for Thursday. We're going to stay in the lower 50s because of the cloud cover, shielding us from the warming effect of the sun, and the winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So Thursday, thick cloud cover over the beach area. More sunshine and 53 degrees, for example, in Seaford. That sunshine makes all the difference in the world. Then for Friday morning, we're 8 o'clock. We're cloudy all the way around. We stay cloudy most of the day, so we won't move because of the cloud effect on access to the sunshine. Same holds true for us from Ocean Pines, Berlin, Willard, and Ocean City. Cloudy for Thursday morning. Friday, we start off a little bit clearer here, so we'll recover better into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees in this part of our viewing area. Precipitation chances dwindle till we get to Sunday, and then a whopping 79% on Monday. Monday is the key. You see, the warm front sets us up for the rain and the potential of scattered showers. So Monday it pushes across. We're looking at a serious slice of rain and embedded thunderstorms going into Monday morning, Monday afternoon, and then it clears out of the way with the frontal boundary. So in summary, tonight, 41 increasing cloud cover. We'll have some patchy fog by tonight, just in case you were wondering about that. Cloudy all day, just gray all day for tomorrow, 52, and gray all day on Friday. But remember, we recover nicely on Saturday. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Saturday 70, Sunday 70, but a little rain late Sunday. And then we have a yellow alert day on St. Patrick's Day, and it's going to be much cooler too.
We salute George Gross, a World War II veteran whose service to our nation is marked by extraordinary courage and commitment. George landed on Utah Beach during the D-Day invasion. He was wounded in combat on September 11, 1944, when a bullet struck his plane. Yet he continued to serve valiantly, fighting in the pivotal Battle of the Bulge. On June 10, 1945, he performed honor guard duties for General Eisenhower in Frankfurt, Germany. George was honorably discharged on October 13, 1945. We salute his bravery and dedication during some of the most critical moments of World War II.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Most people remodel their kitchens for 3 reasons: poor design, lack of storage, and outdated cabinets.
That sounds like a big job.
Not with Paul Davis. We offer 2 stress-free solutions. Reface your cabinets with 5 layers of hardwood, new doors and drawers in 5 days or less. Or replace them, improve your layout and home value.
Call now.
We'll bring the showroom to you and provide an exact price the same day.
Installed before summer. Save 20% on your kitchen project or pay nothing for 12 months.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, emergency plumbing service 24/7.
Carlos just started working a construction job. When his foreman told him to take a shovel, get down in the ditch, and help dig out some underground cables, he didn't hesitate. Unfortunately, the company didn't have a trench box, and when the sides collapsed, Carlos was trapped under thousands of pounds of sandy soil. Construction accidents are often the result of the company's failure to make a plan to keep its workers safe. If you or a loved one were seriously injured in a construction accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
The Gulf Coast, with one of the least explored places in America. And this little guy needs to find a date. Well, that's promising. The Americas, Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
2 Guinness?
Oh, we're not gonna drink that. Macallan, 25, 3 of them. Harvey Specter, nice to meet you. Do you want to play with me, or would you like to play against me? Why, you think I couldn't take you?
Suits LA, new Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
We were looking for our first house. We were growing a family. The Parker Group and our realtor, Jen, they were great. Helped us get our first home. That was a very smooth, easy process, especially for our first time. Family expanded a little bit more. We went right to the Parker Group because how easy it was the first time. And before we knew it, here we are in our next home, and we love it.
Our experience with the Parker Group was seamless.
Our realtor and the Parker Group was almost like a family in a way. They were there for us when we needed them. That was a big thing.
100% we would go with the Parker Group again.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is, your home's crawl space problems can be fixed. permanently so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us.
Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
This is a story that unfortunately doesn't apply to me, but apparently a lot of people don't get their tax refunds when they have earned them. Okay, follow me on this one. The IRS says upwards of $1 billion in refunds for tax year 2021 remain unclaimed. The deadline to claim them, though, is right around the corner. According to the IRS, more than 1.1 million taxpayers across the U.S. have unclaimed refunds from that year. And the deadline to submit your tax returns for this upcoming year is April 15th. And the median refund of money people didn't take from 2021 was $781. By law, taxpayers have 3 years to file and claim those refunds. Otherwise, that money is gone and becomes property of the U.S. Treasury.
Tonight, a crew of 4 astronauts is preparing to launch from Kennedy Space Center. They'll clear the way for 2 astronauts on the International Space Station, which you can see tonight up in space, who ended up on the station way longer than planned. They're going to now return to Earth. The astronauts were supposed to spend about 10 days at the station. Instead, they've spent 10 months there. That's because NASA determined the Boeing Starliner spacecraft that they arrived on had issues and that it wasn't safe enough to use to return home.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 8:30, a replay of Cape Henlopen Decatur in boys high school basketball. Then at 10:30, a recap of all the action on the final score. A live look outside now into Ocean City. We have one more check on your forecast after this.
Spring is finally here, and with it comes the perfect opportunity for a fresh start. Don't waste your weekends scrubbing and dusting when Heather's Homeworks can do it all for you. From baseboards to ceiling fans, we provide thorough top-to-bottom cleaning to make your home sparkle. Since 2003, Heather's Homeworks has been the trusted choice for a cleaner, fresher home along the shore. Call today to learn more about our services.
Your smile is your first impression, so make it an unforgettable one. At Miles of Smiles Cosmetic of Salisbury, we specialize in creating beautiful smiles. Whether you're looking for a routine exam, cosmetic upgrade, or advanced dental care, we deliver the future of dentistry with a personal touch. We are transforming how oral care is delivered through advanced technology and personalized treatments. Call today and schedule your new smile consultation. Miles of Smiles Cosmetic of Salisbury. Beautiful smiles for a healthy lifestyle.
Visit us at Lakeshore Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Seaford and find out what the locals have known all along. While all pre-owned vehicles look the same, at Lakeshore Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Seaford, we carefully inspect all of our used vehicles in our service department with our factory-trained technicians. Combine that with our great selection, lowest prices in Sussex County, and our top level of customer service, we believe you'll see why we say that we're different, and we prove it. Call us at 302-990-3099 or online at lakeshorecdjr.com.
The sound you hear is your house being eaten away by termites. When you've seen one, it's already too late and the damage has begun. To avoid permanent damage and to keep your home protected for years to come, call the specialist at Bennett Termite and Pest Solutions. We have the tools, technology, and experience that has raised the termite control and treatment standards on Delmarva. Call the experts at Bennett Termite today.
Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
Face value looks like it's a very warm day, but it's warm enough. Temperatures about 53 degrees. That's the norm for this time of the year. We'll stay clear for the rest of the night, drop by 10 degrees by 9 o'clock. Our umbrella winner, Jeannie Warren of Millsboro. Congratulations. By the way, you're going to need this umbrella on Monday. Our weather line is available for you. This forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law office of Brockstedt, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We have a yellow alert day on Monday because of the rain and the wind.
Well, thank you, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.